Hello players, this is Alucard Sparta once more. This is the moment where I'm going to be rebuilding and explaining why I've taken X cards out of the deck for Y new cards. And go step by step and great examples why these cards were removed and why these were added. Allemande gave me a green-yellow. Since there was so much of green, I decided to go wing it on the yellow cards, except for the Kitty, because Kitty is just ridiculous. Just for the fact that he is a bait towards aggro, as well as a bait on defense. So, he's very well balanced for what he's capable of doing. But every other one's going out because mono green is one of the bigger tiers, and it's one of the most consistent, for just the ability to just constantly drop down an army of dudes within a single turn. Otherwise, everything else is great after I fix this up. Now, to go card by card of which ones I picked. Now, Chagamar was the first one I knew had to go. He's poor in stats. His cost does not make much help for it. In fact, against purple or red, he will die way too fast. Just for the fact that they can just kill him on the main phase before he ever gets a chance to even use his effect, since he's only able to work during the battle phase. What I switched out of those was for Capricorn. He can be potentially free, all you need is a green card and play. And also for the fact that level 2, you swing in the first, you can get majorly, massively huge. It's very easily able to do so. I've gotten this guy over 15,000 because my opponent had a lot of untapped guys, and they can't do anything about that. Now, 3 of the Arcanodal Tria were in this deck. I removed those for the fact that Brilliance does not give off much support as of right now. The next set will give it much more, and also for the fact that Brilliance is only good if you run it with a yellow or yellow with an extra splash, but it has to be more mono yellow, not mono something else with a splash of that. I put in 1 more Bat Hopper because you only have 1, and 2 gives you much more of a core gaining advantage. It's perfect to solve any question, as well as to quickly gain more cores to play more cards next turn. And I also put in 2 of Leaf Wolf, mainly for the fact that he has high speed, he can protect you, or help win for you. So either way, you're getting a good benefit out of him. Now, next card I took out, Fairy Tingling. It was great because it was a free cost spirit, but otherwise, it doesn't fit the deck at all. If you had it with a mono yellow, it's perfect, just for the fact that it can be free costed. It's the only reason I never run it. I took out all 3 of them for different cards. I'll go through them in different times. But the first one I'll go over right now, it makes it easier, because it's a spirit, is Stargrove. Stargrove was perfect, and it's always good in any green deck. That's one you normally run 3 of. And also for the fact that his stats are great, his reduction's way high, and he gives off cores to a lot of other characters. That helps you out. So, the more core gain, the better off you are. Late game was perfect. Can't ever go wrong. Charger Blandborn Duke. Best form of late game you could ever make. Because that way you have the offensive Duke and the defensive Charger. Because that way you have a duking Taurus that's able to hit for life. The only way to beat him out of it is either tie him in battle, deplete the guy that's going to battle him, or boost over him. That's about the only way you can save your neck on this. So, either that or just straight up kill it. But that's very difficult if you're making it 12,000. So, that would be next to no possibilities. So, this is perfect. Alright, the spell cards I did. Teleport range. It was a great card, but only for two specific cards, as your target is not good. I've done this on a couple of other moments. It doesn't give off great support. The only two main target creatures you would use for this card was the Charger Blindboard and the Duke. Otherwise, it's bad. It didn't fit this whatsoever. But if you play this in the right moment, it's great, but it didn't work all the time. Okay. I took out the set, and what I did to switch out their teleport change was Silent Wall. Silent Wall, there's not much you can really say about it. Silent Wall is a staple in pretty much any deck. I know it may be a bit off because a white card in a green deck, whoop-de-doo, but the reason why for this one is with the chance you can win on your next turn or stop your opponent from winning within that turn, and then you can respond back. It's perfect. Last ones I took out were the Time Reaps. Originally, you only had one legitimate target for it, which was the Duke, to gain more cores. Otherwise, there was nothing else that was, when summoned, that's the only thing that was bad about it. In a mono yellow, where there's a lot of when summoned effects, it's perfect. In a purple, it's perfect. Or even blue, using ridiculous. Otherwise, no. I would not use it. What I did for those was put in 2 of Hand Reverse, because what green tends to normally do, which is backwards of purple, is get rid of your hand fast, and usually that's the way how green decks can normally lose, is because if they don't have a hand worth of responses. That's the main thing that purple tends to actually have better against green. That's one of the main reasons. Also, Flock Recovery I put in here. Flock Recovery, it's one of the most significant and most beneficial cards out of set 3 for green. For the fact of, in this deck, it works perfectly. Because, let's just say, it is late game. You are near the dead end of a match. You've already swung with your 2 Dukes. Let's say you have a Charger Blindboard, as an example. Okay, you swing out with the other guy, or something like that. You play Flock Recovery. I will call Blade Beasts, since both of these two are Blade Beasts. You can renew these guys and then just go nuts. That would easily guarantee you more of a win over anything else. The other Flock Recovery was put in for another Tingling. And the final card that I put in here was one more of the Hermit-Wise Tree for the Fairy Tingling. The Hermit-Wise Tree, the reason why it's at 3 is because the easier on the numbers for you to draw, the better, and also for the fact that you can gain 3,000 with one exhausted guy, with one attacking guy, or a blocker. It's fantastically nuts, and if you are able to refresh it every single turn, it's perfect. The only card that I took out of this deck was the 3rd Beetle that was in here. The only reason why is because when it comes to late game, he's going to be useless, and for the fact that he's only good in reduction, or he will die. But otherwise, everything else is good. For the rest of the final bits of the video will be probably recorded on Saturday at 1 or 2 of my local areas, and I will have them posted either on Saturday night or Sunday. So be aware, and hopefully you'll see them there. But until then, this is All the Card Sparta, signing off.